We are back. The Watch Fashion Police are back with a vengeance. It's been a minute and a
6 weeks.
half, even 6 weeks. Well, there was kind of one somewhere in there in the
There
middle.
was
but,
yeah, there was actually a good show, even though you had technical difficulties. Please stand by.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of please stand by. I missed you guys. How are you both? Don't
Well,
answer.
I'm good. I'm good.
I was waiting, ladies
honestly.
first.
I'm good. No, I'm excited to do one of these again. It's been a while. And yeah, it's fun to examine people's style, fashion. I haven't been doing it outside of this lately. I noticed that. So this is my outlet to vent on ugly style.
So let's talk about ugly
So you
shit
didn't
right now.
You didn't cheat on us at all. You didn't go over to any other channels and
I'm a
pick
loyal
up-
girl. I'm a
Very
loyal
good.
girl.
Aw,
Love it.
she's our girl. Aw.
What are you wearing on the wrist tonight?
I'm just wearing my Maurice Lacroix icon.
I
Mm,
love that watch on you.
me too. It looks great.
It's my cozy watch. It's just my.
What size is that?
Let's see it
It's
up close.
it's size huge. It's 42.
It's 42.
I
Okay.
know. Okay, look. I'm slowly getting out of my big men's watch phases because my watches are both men's, but I haven't quite settled on which one I want. So we'll
Well,
see,
had
and
a
you'll
whole
see it
show
first
about
when I
that,
do
right?
get something.
Can
Yeah.
Sheen and Dirk pick out like the ultimate ladies watch for you? Oh my god. There's so many choices for women, and it's the men's watch craze has been so big since Ellen DeGeneres and all that.
That's
Oh my
right.
gosh! Stop it!
It's been so big. These big watches.
Don't compare my.
No.
watch.
But she did
No.
start a revolution. She did. She
Ew.
single-handedly started. Every lady on television started wearing
Really?
big men's watches, chronographs. I mean, she was wearing a new Daytona every episode. It was
Really? Yeah.
crazy, and that's
I'm
not
not
even a big watch.
surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised she's flexing like that.
she was.
she's a-
Well, she's got tons of money, and Oprah wears really horrible shit. So, it's not like she's going to win the Vanguard Award for style at any point in the universe.
I guess next video will go Oprah, Ellen, just those like women talk show host styling.
Great
watches.
idea. Fantastic. Won't
My
say
sister
no.
called and said I should turn on Kelly Clarkson's new show because it just debuted. She lost like 100 pounds, and she's in 30 Rock now. shooting a show in
Ozempic.
New York. I'm sure. Of
Ozempic.
course. It's
But
all
good for
Ozempic.
her, as long as it doesn't like kill you. If you can't lose the weight, take
Yeah,
the Ozempic, get it off, have a better life. Like
right.
I
And
have
who
no
doesn't
judgment.
frickin' love Kelly Clarkson? She's cool. She can sing her ass off.
She's a great singer.
She's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
singer. Wow.
that is true.
And a
Got Dougie
versatile singer
Perez is
too.
in the room. The trio
Hey,
is
Dan.
back. Nice. A member for 6 months. Wow. Has it been 6 months since I started memberships? Crypto 7 Watches came in even before we started with 20
Wow.
British pounds. Super chat. Thank you so much, Crypto Fanboy. Mr. North first. Look, Mr. the Bad. Then myself and
Me too, big fan.
stylish Michaela and Dirk. Thank
That's
you
how
so
I know
much.
this guy, because I was a fan of Mr. North. That's how I know him. That's how I know. Isn't that weird? I was a fan. Now I'm a friend. Isn't that what every fan wants at the
It's a
end?
stalker, total
You
stalker
downgraded.
vibes.
The Watch Apprentice says, good evening, all, and don't forget to upvote. That's a very good idea.
Yeah,
And
don't forget
guys,
to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and you
And tell
gotta
your friends.
Tell all your friends.
you gotta sub as well to the actual channel Watch Fashion Police.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick in the link right here in the chat. Something I always forget to do. Here we are. There it is. O'Malley. And you have to sub to Michaela's channel. There's the Watch Fashion Police. That's the link there, guys. If you want to go into the chat, just copy and paste. And you should also go over to Michaela, the Chatillon. Very stylish
Today.
channel.
Do it now.
Very sexy. And did you just put out a new video, Michaela?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
Reputation versus relatability. I
Oh,
like it. I'm going to watch it as soon as we're done here.
me too.
Wow, I'm flattered. Thank
Well, I
you.
love that title.
Yeah, it's some harsh truths, but I love giving those out.
I love harsh truth. It's my favorite thing.
We're kind of experts with harsh
Bullshit.
truths. It gets us in trouble sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've lost like 600 subs the past week. What watch are you wearing now? Dirk?
Yay!
Are you doing the
I'm
Speedy?
wearing the Speedmaster, of course.
Great, man.
Of course.
Beautiful.
She's my everyday girl.
So
day.
today's subject is world leaders and their watches. It's going to be a watch-heavy show, I think, guys.
We're going to
Little
see a
less of
lot
a-
of small dicks and big watches.
They have to
Let's
make a
not. Let's
We'll
keep
start
the
with a
clothes
small.
on.
We'll start with a small guy. We'll start with a
Zelensky?
small guy, Zelensky.
Yeah, I knew it.
We'll be doing.
It's got a
Putin as
tag
well.
Hoyer.
There's nothing political about this show, by the way, everyone. So just you hang on to your knickers there with that stuff. We're purely talking watches and
Yeah.
perhaps a little bit of the style here.
You don't think anybody's anti-Zelensky, do you?
Oh, there's plenty of people who are like, fuck him, blah, blah, blah. You know,
Oh boy,
I know there's two sides to everything, my friend. But,
tis. And there's a skeletonized tag Hoyer. Wow, I didn't even know about this model until I saw it today. It's like it's
like it.
actually sexy as fuck. I like it.
He wears
He's
it on the right arm as well, huh?
Yay, like me.
Doesn't mean he's a
Is that
lefty,
his watch
by
he
the way.
wears when he's like in a serious mood? That's his serious watch.
That's a serious face.
That's like, yeah, that's a serious. I don't know.
Well, this is him, I guess, getting married many years ago, and he had Monaco on, so he's clearly a tag.
Oh, he's a-
Hoyer
I like
guy.
that. I like that better for sure.
I didn't know that they
Yeah,
made Monacos with the word tag on them. I thought they were always Hoyer.
No, but they have returned to that. Once they
Okay.
became tag Hoyer, then they started making the Monacos with the tag Hoyer, and yes, that's a little less of the original thing, but they've gone back now to just they're making one now with just Hoyer on it, which I'm very tempted.
I love that watch. If it did,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
like that too.
I don't have any tag hate. I think a lot of tags are beautiful. Isn't it funny how we call them tags and not Hoyers? Tag
Isn't
is
it
taken.
awful?
It's awful that we do
It's
that.
taken over. Well, we're just using the first word, but it's
Yeah.
this is a Walter White kind of watch, right?
Yeah.
This is the Breaking Bad watch,
Mm,
and of course, Steve McQueen
yeah.
would wear one. Tim Wright is in the room. Look at that, member for
Timmy.
6 months. Great to see Timmy. That's fascinating. I wonder what Zelensky is wearing these days. Of course, Timmy is Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Also, I was just watching that film the other day, Lord of War. Have you ever seen that with Nicolas Cage? And he plays Yuri Ulov from Odessa. You never seen that film, guys? It's amazing. It's all about.
I might have fallen asleep to it at some point.
I think that film would be very hard to fall asleep to, but it's fascinating. It's all about arms trading, but it's really it's really done well. Anyway, this is
I
his
am a
new-
girl, but
You
But
are a
that's
girl.
hey, you know what, Oisin, what's the number one movie that guys fall asleep to?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Number
The
one.
Sound of Music.
No, I love The Sound of Music. Are you kidding me?
It's so good.
Hello. No,
I love it.
no. Come on, every guy's dread.
Well, any Sex and the City movie or the
No,
Notebook
not
or
that.
any of those.
You don't like
bullshit-
watching slutty fun girls just do Dubai? No, Dr. Zhivago. Oy.
Oh, it's
Oh.
bad.
It's painful. It's just so painful. painful.
Tim says Slava Ukraini. Did I say that right? Ukraini. I don't know. Cool, man.
would know.
Anyway, yeah, this is a cool watch. I mean, look, it's modest. It's not a show-off watch. He also has he does a bit of like martial arts or something, doesn't this guy? He does he meets with the military and stuff.
He's a fit bloke. You know what he is? He's a scrappy bastard.
He's
guy.
a scrappy little fuck, right?
Yeah, he is.
'Cause,
He's like 5'5".
Yeah, here he is giving all his troops, not all of them, but certain troops, gifting them a watch of some sorts with a,
Was this recently?
This is recently, yeah.
Oh God! Look at
Glenwood
that.
Forces, look at that. Yeah, the guy's
Yeah.
lost his legs. I guess it's all the fellows who came home wounded. And, watches, there's a whole military side to watches,
Sure.
as we know.
Sure.
and watches that are associated with those badasses in the military, and Tudors and Rolexes, etc., that have been issued to men in service. So it kind of makes sense that he would be into all of that stuff. How do we feel about it? Good watch. Very cool for him.
I'd love it. I'd wear it. I think it's beautiful. I love the color. I love the red. The red seconds hand, or is that not a second? That's the chronograph hand. It's small seconds down there, right? Yeah,
that's right.
I love it. I think it's
not
great.
It's not my thing personally. It's just really, I don't know, serious.
If you saw it on a guy's wrist, though, if you saw it on a well-appointed gentleman,
I wouldn't even probably look twice. Well, I would, because I'd be looking at what it is, because I'm always curious. But
yeah, I think it looks
rugged. I don't find the look, and it's not that I think it's not a good watch or anything. It's not that. I just, when I look at it, I'm not feeling anything. I'm just feeling like, it reminds me of some kind of Oris or something, No offense to Oris, but it's just very like, man. Mm-hmm. But that's not bad. But I mean, it makes sense, if he's wearing that in serious situations, I guess.
Mm. Yeah, it's a tank, I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
And it's a watch you don't mind banging the shit out of, like all over the place, just getting it all messed up. It's got a rubber band on there and everything. That's the advantage of getting yourself a Carrera or one of those tags that are under $3,000. You can just throw it on, and if you have really expensive pieces, you don't have to worry about this thing. And it's really made to get beaten up. Like, that will just add a lot of character to that watch,
I do think it suits him. I liked the watch he wore in his wedding photo, though.
What was he wearing in his wedding photo? Oh, the Monaco.
Was that
the
Monaco?
The Monaco.
His wedding
that's
photo?
a modern.
When he was marrying Taylor Swift, apparently. Looks like young Taylor Swift. That's cute.
It's very really interesting. You could do a whole show on the wives of him and Navalny, the Russian opponent of Vladimir Putin. His wife is another incredible beauty, but a strong, informed, a woman that she does all the press conferences. I think that it's very interesting that in the West, a lot of people don't give the partners of these powerful people credit, but over there they're equals, and they have just as much to say, and they're just as much in the fight and in the whole scenario. She is on TV 24 hours a day. This woman, she's a strong, powerful woman.
She is.
That is interesting. Yeah,
you're
right, Dirk. We don't hear about that.
We don't hear about it.
She's
constantly giving updates. She's constantly doing things. Just like Yevgeny Navalny. You guys are familiar with the guy that's been imprisoned by Putin because he was his main opponent, and he was the one that was on the plane, and he was poisoned by Novichok, which is Putin's favorite method of killing people. His wife.
We all have our favorites.
Yeah, right. Everybody's got a favorite poison. She is God, that woman is incredible. I find her riveting. And we should probably, I'm gonna look up to see if I can find what watch she wears, because she's cool as shit.
Sure. Yeah, isn't like what's Emmanuel Macron's wife, Carla Bruni, right? Is that Bruni, the model?
Is he married to Carla Bruni? God, am I that stupid? Is he married to Carla Bruni?
She's very much, yeah, I think so. Am I getting that wrong?
I thought she was like with Berlusconi or something like that.
Carla Bruni. Yeah.
She is?
No, it's not Macron. It's what's his name? Sarkozy.
Yeah, right. Vladimir. Okay, right.
Yeah.
They're still together? Wow, that's good. Carla Bruni. I mean,
she's very forward character.
She's another crazy strong person. She's done some amazing stuff and still is an incredible beauty.
So let's move on to, let's get spicy and move on to this prick. Putin.
Yeah, well.
Now this guy's
got some nice watches. We gotta give him that.
He's got some nice watches.
That for sure.
He's an FP Journe guy, right?
Big FP.
He's Breguet too.
Breguet. And
So
he
cool.
didn't he throw an FP Journe into, they were putting down cement of some new site they were building, and he was there to oversee it. And he took off his watch, I mean, a $50,000 watch or something, and just threw it down into the cement so it would be part of the.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what
It's
you
not
do.
even
Yeah,
a
that
Russian
kind of-
watch. And I'm sure he wasn't on the wait list for that either.
Well, this is his most amazing piece here, this Lange
Sure.
und Sonne. And it is $1 million because it's literally everything. It's tourbillon, it's moon phase, it's perpetual, blah, blah,
So
blah.
beautiful.
They've got everything. Yeah, I mean, it's.
Have you ever held a
gorgeous.
Lange und Sonne in your hand?
Have I have to think about that one. I had 2 Grubel Forces on my wrist in Lisbon.
Ouch.
They're 400 grand,
Yeah.
and they're that kind of level.
Yeah.
Double tourbillons and quadruple
Well, that's
tourbillons and
different.
stuff. Yeah,
I met
But
that
anyway-
guy with when I was with your sister-in-law. We were in a bar in Manhattan, and this couple next to us, and I think I might have mentioned this previously, but I looked down on his wrist and I went, "Oh my God, that's a Lange one. Holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
I have
Lange.
never seen one in my life in the wild."
Did
And
you
I
say
like
something?
I hung out with him all night. I tried it on.
Oh.
I went to him, I said, "Listen, I don't want you to think I'm a weirdo, but I just can't. That's a Lange one, right?" And he goes, "Wow, this guy invented Pokemon Go and Google Earth."
Wow.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
And
his
he's
watch is
got great taste, apparently. Look
I
at
mean,
that.
it was like a
Smart.
Sherman tank. It was
Mm.
beautiful, but you know what? It has a different wrist presence. Then it sits really high. It's kind of thick and chunky and sporty. It was sporty. It wasn't. I wouldn't wear it with a suit. I wouldn't.
It was
don't know.
sporty. Felt
It looked
to you?
sporty to me. That looked sporty to me. That was it. That was it exactly. But he had it with a white dial.
It's not a sporty. Well, I guess there is something a little bit. Yeah, those lugs, I guess, have a little bit of.
Yeah, it just was a bit chunky.
Power
It was
to them.
deep.
Yeah, they're deep watches. There's a lot inside those watches. Was there an open back? Did you look stare into
Yeah,
the
yeah, there was an
amazing
open
back?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you know, I think the 3-2-1 is the most beautiful movement of all time. This looked way more involved.
Way more. But I mean, this is high.
Yeah.
This is horology.
Yeah,
You know,
it
this
was-
is Côte de Genève.
Yeah, tons
all
of it.
that. Yeah, all
Tons of
that stuff.
well, it's German, so what would it be? Côte de Rhône, Côte de Danube,
Côte de Danube.
Côte de, what is it? Maine. That's the one, the big river in Frankfurt. Côte de Maine. But
Yeah, I mean, I'd kill for one of these things. That's the next level.
They seem very romantic to me.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna ask you, what's your immediate perception, Michaela, of this watch? What is your immediate, like, if you saw that on a guy's wrist, what would you think? Classy? What would you think?
I think it's beautiful. I would instantly. I think it's classy. It's classy. Is my internet breaking up, or am I okay?
No,
you're good.
Grand.
Okay. On my end, it's kind of skipping, so forgive me. I think it's beautiful. I would instantly look at the dial and try to figure out what it is, and then I'd probably pry and ask him what he's wearing, and then I would, and then I would be blown away by a stranger having such specific, interesting taste.
That's exactly what happened
Some
to me.
people are mentioning like Glasuta Original in the chat, and I'm seeing that, and that's the same thing I feel when I see interesting watches like that. They're not the go-to expensive watch that people will buy, right? So you have like a very romantic taste, and that immediately like moves me. That's one of the reasons why with Zelensky's first tag where he was wearing the big, very military looking, in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying this is 100% what it looks like, but to me, I feel like that's not my taste because it's not romantic. But I understand the practicality of it. But yeah. So it's just different for me. I'm more of a like romantic watch lover. That's
I
my
would much
thing.
prefer this one.
We were just being nice to Zelensky.
We were just being nice because I think
been
it's
getting
kind
his
of
ass kicked for the past year.
He's butching it up. I think it's a butch watch. You know,
Butch.
it's a butch watch.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
a good way to put
For
it.
sure. For sure. You nailed it.
You know, but
This isn't butch. This isn't
but
butch.
like Michaela just said, I kept double taking while we were talking, and I was like, "Fuck, is that a Langa Izona? Fuck, is it? Is that a Langa? Is that guy wearing a Langa Izona? Because I'd never seen one." And I was like, you know, do I know the watch well enough to have immediately picked it out as that? Because it was just, I was almost nervous. I actually was nervous.
Oh my gosh!
Because
did you fall to your knees?
I was starstruck by that watch.
By the watch, wow!
I was so starstruck because I've never seen one. I've seen everything in the wild, pretty much, but those watches, you know, they're so inside. They're pure horology. They're the watchmaker's watch. Everyone considers it probably one of the best, if not the best, movements in the world, right? I mean,
yeah, they're up there with Patek, yeah.
I mean, but they're so much more less commercially, you know.
It's because they're not Swiss. That's where the question mark comes in. It's because it's German, but then a lot of people are like, "Who cares?" It's like it's up there. Ray is a member for 6 months. Thank you, Ray. Michaela, I'm at a festival in Liston, Varna, Ireland. Do you have an older single sister by any chance? Asking for a friend. Don't fall in love, Ray. Come on.
No falling in love.
Well, I do have a gorgeous older sister, but she is not single, I'm sorry to say.
Okay, so sticking on Vladimir Putin, what else has he got? He's got more. He's got another. This is Patek Philippe. Similar kind of thing. You know, this is where Patek and Alange compete. These exact kind of models. Look, they're going for that exact same thing. It's almost the same case and the same pushers. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? This thing's in rose gold. It's
moon phase 50-39. Is that what that is?
Let me see what it is. Good question, man. You stumped me.
Yeah.
It's not saying here. I don't know. I'll have to look it up now. What do we think? I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's a chronograph moon phase. It's got everything. It's got the kitchen sink. It's rose gold. It's Patek.
5970. Thank you, Logan Hall. 5970.
5970.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Beautiful.
I swear. Yeah. I love moon phase. There's something very romantic about moon phase, and I still don't have moon phase in my collection. Like I'd give anything for. I love those Cartier drives with the moon phase. Once I see the moon, because you know what, it reminds me that all of this timekeeping jargon was all put together because of the planets and because of the rotation of the Earth and so on.
Cosmos.
The cosmos. So it reminds me of all of that, and that everything's kind of tuned in and beautiful synchronicity in our beautiful little solar system here. So when I see moon phase, it gets me. I don't know what it is.
It's beautiful.
I mean, night and day, the moon, that's what proves time is real, doesn't it? Change. So that's beautiful. That's what I like about it too. I like the story. Yeah,
of course the story. It's all about the story.
But also, I mean, look at it. Just in general, just look at it.
I mean, I don't know how Putin's story is probably not going to be too compelling, but
oh no, I don't mean his story. I mean the watch, but yeah. I mean, he's got a story, that's for sure, but
he's got lots of stories.
Next is his Blanc Pain.
His Blanc Pain.
Yeah. A little bit bland, simple, in my opinion, but very simple. I mean, Blanc Pain, that's what they do.
Is that a pan pie? I can't tell. Or is that just
hold on. It's I think it's Aqualung.
Oh, the Aqualung.
The Aqualung, yeah.
I think that the date is too big on that watch. I think
enormous. I will never say no to a big date.
You won't. Date. You like a big date.
I love a big date. You can't read the goddamn date on a. I mean, that's why I like the Cyclops on a Rolex.
The date. That's funny. Yeah, I only like the Cyclops when there's a roulette wheel, when there's a roulette dial, when they alternate red and white. Like I guess they only did that on, what did they do that on? Turnographs and old
Yeah.
Datejust. They haven't done that in a while, but I
Precisely.
think that's so cool
Yeah.
that they did that. Like, 14 would be black, 15 would be red. I think that I love that little detail. My friend Mike Mouzakitis has that on his Datejust, and it's so sexy.
There's
Such a
something about
beautiful
this watch head with that kind of non-bezel. There's like two bezels that are not bezels, and it looks like a big ring was just stuck on the thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just jarring to me when I look at it. I like the hands.
Yeah,
The
they're very
sword,
Omega kind of.
broads. Broadsword, but filled in.
Right.
What do you think, Michaela?
I mean, I like it. If I were to choose any watch, that's not one I would pick, but I like it. I can't deny that. And I also like the hands.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about it. But I'm not a hater. I'm not hating on it.
No, I don't hate it either. I just what does he do with this one? Does he just wear this for breakfast, or
maybe it's a little too much just black and white for me. That might be it.
Yeah,
maybe
I need
green
a little-
dial.
Yeah, or maybe just a little more pops of different shades of charcoal
only
and
one
dark
bit of-
black, and that could make it pop more.
There's a tiny bit of red there on the seconds hand. I like that the seconds hand goes all the way out.
I love
to
that
the
too.
That's
ring.
pretty.
I love that too.
And look at the back end of the seconds hand. It's like a little axe or a sword or something. I don't know what the phrase is for that. That's kind of cool. And again, these watches, when you see them in person, it's a whole different experience, right? For all we know, this thing glimmers and shines. Like, look at the different, whatever you would call it, topography there on the dial. You have different strips. You have the chapter ring, then you have a big circle, then you have that center plate.
Yeah.
They probably catch the light at different angles, so then
Yeah.
you get that bit of glimmer thing happening when you turn your wrist. So perhaps the photo isn't helping it. I don't know.
That's why I asked if it was a pie pan dial, because it kind of looks like it might be
A pie pan.
I mean, maybe, or is that just striations on the dial, just design work, or is it actually a pie pan dial? Because Omega does a lot of old pie pan dials, and I don't really like them. It's never been my thing. I just think it looks farty.
Farty.
It looks farty. It looks a bit farty.
Now we're on to the FP Journe. I'm a big fan of FP Journe. I mean, it's high horology.
Yeah.
We have beautiful chemin de fer there on the chapter ring. I like the way the numbers go upside down. That's a real Rolex thing as well on some of their racing cosmographs. They do that's real cheeky shit. Like you're gonna turn, like you're supposed to be running around this thing like it's a track or something. Those hands, I'm still trying to get my head around FP Journe hands. Those funny looking, they look like space needles or something.
Yeah, they look like H.R. Geiger designed them. They will stick you.
But the blue is stunning, and I'm sure in person it's crazy.
Two things I don't like. I hate the crown. I hate a fake crown. I hate a not prominent crown. I don't like slender little cute little things. It's too small. And I wish FP Journe would change their typography. I just hate their logo. Just sticks out like a sore thumb to me. It doesn't look elegant. It just looks like it was silk screened, and that's the end of the story. And it's such a high horology piece of art. I just think their logo is just shitty. It's the one thing that turns me off.
Applied?
Just looks bleh.
Would you prefer like applied letters?
Well, applied, but also just the actual fonts. I just don't like them. I just don't think they look elegant and beautiful. It's not commensurate with the kind of timepiece that it is. I think it just looks like bad design to me. The blue is gorgeous.
Says the blue is gorgeous. Yeah.
So Dirk, maybe you should redesign the logo on paper and show us next episode what you think would look better.
Do that. I've got every.
I want to see like what you come up with.
Yeah, I would like these better if
it is a bit bigger. It's just the font itself. It's not necessarily that the logo being that large is a problem, but the font itself, it looks very like Times New Roman, simple. It's just not right. It's not quite it. And I know it's not the right font. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I do love the numbers. Yeah.
I'm very picky on fonts myself. So
Me too.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm a font stickler. Yeah.
It might look good on a paper, but not on the watch.
Yeah, maybe if they took their FPJ and came up with a cool logo, like everyone has the logo, don't they? Don't most watch brands have an insignia of some kind? Maybe most of them do.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Iconography. Okay, FP Jorn, get on it. Thanks.
The blue is beautiful, though.
Blue is beautiful.
And
It's a really nice deep blue. That's what I like about that.
Yeah. You can be sure as well that this photo has kind of brightened everything up as well.
Sure.
Because FP Jorn are masters of that beautiful, those gorgeous, interesting colors and shades and so on. So, but again, those bloody hands, I don't know. I don't know. They look like I don't know. Is that what a mosquito?
Yes, spindles. They're spindles.
It looks like a splash of something, just like paint, an accident.
Oh yeah, right. And now that you said that, now that's kind of cool actually. But that looks like a little sharp thing at the end.
See, marketing's everything.
Marketing is everything. Does every single model have that? Those hands? Is that
they're the classic FP Jorn hands? Yes.
Okay.
Then we're on to the Iwutse Schaffhausen.
Yeah. Well.
This is a pilot's watch, and I'm not a fan of. You see, when they have the date, they have tomorrow and yesterday also. No. Why do we need to see that?
Are you so stupid that you don't know what was yesterday, what number yesterday was, and what number tomorrow will be? Like,
well, if today are they trying to insult your
they're that stupid.
26 comes after 25.
24.
Just in case you're wondering. That is a waste of space if you think about it. Yeah, it's like unnecessary, totally.
Yeah, I just think it looks like a swatch. It looks like a watch. It doesn't say anything. I know there's a ton of IWC lovers, and I just watched the Ed Sheeran, John Mayer. John Mayer works for Hodinkee. He's the host of the show.
It would seem, yeah.
It would seem. It was a great show. I loved it.
I feel like I like John Mayer, but I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's done something wrong, and I'm going to be canceled for liking him. But I like him. I like his simple white girl music.
Once a pretty woman says she likes,
it's
once
just
anyone
good.
says they like John Mayer, you're in trouble because he's a big womanizer, right?
He's such a womanizer. He's a womanizer.
That's why he got in trouble, right? Didn't he say disparaging things about girls or something like that?
I mean, he's the problem with, and he's not even of today's generation. He's a man well into his 40s at this point, but he's a kiss and teller. Like no one has any kind of discretion at all anymore.
But
Taylor
girls
Swift,
get away with doing it all the time.
All she does is sleep with
Kiss
guys and write songs about them.
Oh,
she wrote a song called "Dear John." It's about him.
So
go read the lyrics about it. He is,
Imagine moving on like emotionally after a breakup, and you have that song out, and everyone can hear it forever, and just cringing at yourself.
I mean,
like she's not going to be cringing surrounded by billions of dollars, but I think she's a billionaire, isn't she?
She's close to a billionaire.
She's close to it now after that tour. Yeah. Rosé says John Mayer works for Audemars Piguet with Hodinkee as a side hustle.
He's got the white anodized offshore, and it's just so fucking ugly. Ugh. It just looks like he dipped it in white paint.
Watch Flair says it was an hour-long AP infomercial.
It wasn't. I mean, yes,
I didn't watch
was.
The whole thing. I got a few minutes in, but I had to do something else, and then I'll come back to it. But that's what I heard that after that episode, you'd be gumming for an AP. Apparently,
he has the ugliest APs. Yours are way nicer. I mean, this is. Well, do you want a chalky, milky looking offshore? I don't know.
No,
but
thanks.
He asked them to make it, and they did. You know why? Because he's John Mayer. But you know what? The real revelation in that show was how down to earth Ed Sheeran is. He's just so down to earth.
I already know that.
I heard that he's
impressed
actually,
by that guy.
I've heard.
Impressed.
I don't know. I've heard rumors that he's actually a total asshole to everybody.
Do tell us all the information right now on the show.
I'm gonna hold off because I don't like spreading fake news. But I'm just letting you know. I'm just putting it out there that he may look like a nice sweetheart, but you never know. I've heard some
Mm.
things. But what kind of access do I really have to John Mayer's personality? I don't have any. And so I'm just saying, I've heard some things about like fans meeting him and him being a total asshole. But
John Mayer or Ed Sheeran? Which guy?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, Ed
You would kind of
Sheeran.
expect it from John Mayer. I'm just saying, I feel like Ed
Totally.
Sheeran definitely comes across like kind of America's sweetheart boy, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, John Mayer calls himself a reformed narcissist, and you know, you cannot be a reformed narcissist. That's like being a reformed sociopath. It just doesn't happen.
It
You
doesn't
can just
happen.
say a
So-
self-aware,
Yeah,
narcissist.
he's a work in progress, I'm sure. You know, listen, he's very tall. He's a handsome guy. He's an incredible guitar player. He's got everything going on, and he's also a dick. You
I
know,
know.
so he's just
I
trying
kinda
to
like
make
it.
up for it.
Ugh.
You know, but you know,
I think he's funny though. I saw a video.
He is funny.
Don't want to take it off
he
track,
is.
but you know when the celebrities during the pandemic
Yeah.
all together, and I put actually a clip of this in my video because it was relevant to what I was talking about. But the
Uh-huh.
celebrities were trying to seem relatable to us peasants that were, living in squalor while our businesses
Oh, and they all
were shut
sang
down.
that song or whatever.
And they're sitting on
The
their,
Gal Gadot
millions
thing?
of dollars of cash in their mansions, and they come together singing little parts of John Lennon's song "Imagine," like
That
little
was Gal
parts of them
Gadot,
singing.
yeah.
It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. But John Mayer did a little video making fun of them, and it was just so funny. I just
Oh fuck!
appreciated
I gotta
that.
go see it. He is a funny guy.
He's
a
It
really
was funny.
guy.
Well, he's
So it was just
he's
so
so intelligent.
tasteless.
Yeah.
The guy is super wit
No, I grew
smart.
up obsessed with John Mayer. Not obsessed, but his music. I always listened to it during hard times because it was just simple, pleasant, made me feel good. I didn't want anything.
Girls love
Girls
John Mayer.
do,
They
yeah.
just do.
He knows the recipe.
I dated a girl,
He
yeah,
knows
back
what we
in-
want.
Yeah,
Gotta
back in
give
he
it to him.
does.
the mid noughties, I dated a girl who was mad about him, and so I saw all the comedy clips because he was really funny. He was going around. He has this kind of office studio with all these rooms where people are working away on his management and stuff, and he's going around on this scooter and like grabbing people's sandwiches out of their hands and stuff, and just playing the dickhead, the kind of the boss who doesn't care, which was later kind of plagiarized by Conan O'Brien a little bit as he goes around like talks to his staff going, what am I paying you for? What do you do exactly? That kind of thing.
Right.
And it was
He
a
just
lot of
doesn't
fun.
look like John Mayer.
Yeah, right. he's really funny though, Conan.
John Mayer used to have a vlog, and I was addicted to it because I love his wry humor, and he's so incredibly smart and quick. He's like Conan. He's very fast on the draw, and he has great retorts. You know what? I'm a fan. I've always been a fan. I just think it's amazing how he
stand
gets
John
such a hall
Mayer.
pass with the ladies. I'm amazed by it. Like, you can a laundry list of every single beautiful starlet that's ever been. He's been there.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's
he wrote
unbelievable.
"Your Body Is a Wonderland," and every
He
woman
did.
wants to hear that.
Yeah.
And every woman, like at that time of the month, wants to hear somebody tell them that. just to pick them up. Daniel is asking, "Are we still getting the Battle of the Beast video?" Yes, you are. I've just been on a bit of a hiatus, so it's still in the pipeline, Daniel. I'm so sorry it's taken so long, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm so sorry. Here it is. Here he comes.
Let's go.
Let's go. Look at that photo as well. My
People need to
God.
not be scared to see photos of people they don't like. Like, it's okay. We
Hey,
can all just look at
I'm
him.
sure 50% of the people in this room like him. So hey,
Yeah, they
You
do.
know.
There's a lot of Trump fans.
sure.
love
I'm
their
pretty
watches.
neutral about him.
He did pick the world's ugliest Patek, though.
Right?
Let's-
Yeah,
Go
actually, I was
with
just
it.
looking at that and thinking that. Yeah,
That's
it's
Granny's watch. That
yeah,
is
it's
a grandma
definitely. I
watch.
saw that in my grandma's jewelry case before she
Right.
passed, and
She forgot
I
all
actually
about it.
didn't even ask if I could have it. Like, I didn't want it.
No, you didn't want that. Yeah, I hope you took it and
I'm
sold
kidding.
it or had it
I
smelted.
actually would. I would wear that. I think that would look better on a woman for sure.
Oh
Look
my
at the
God,
way it's
It's like a piece of
digging
jewelry,
into-
but
See the way it's digging into the fat on his wrist. Like it's
he's
already
got a
too
really bad
small.
body type. It's not really.
Yeah,
He's got a
it's
bad body type. Like,
potato. He's
even
a
if
potato.
even if he was like slimmer, he just doesn't have a good body type. It's just you see it also in his son. Not to like insult his son. His son's I know nothing about Baron, but he's like 6'5",
He's
crazy.
huge. He's
But you
huge.
could see with his body type, he's got really sloped shoulders, just like Trump.
Yeah, he's got bad posture. His mom is gorgeous though.
Oh, Melania,
Well, yeah.
She's
fashion
unbelievable.
icon.
She's
So
ridiculous. Yeah.
You see, the,
so
the
classy.
strap on this thing has to be sized. There's no way you can't buy one of these and resize it. it's bought, like they make it for you or they cut it to the right size. So he probably got this back when he was a slimmer lad, and now he's just insisting. Of course, he's wearing it out playing golf, which is kind of a boss move, I have to say.
Yeah. He'll take a mulligan, okay, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he of course has had to get that watch in a different era.
All his watches are from a different era, and we have to be fair. We have to be a bit more fair with him. Of course,
this
he
bad
has
boy.
the president.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. I mean, that looks great. That's the newest. Isn't that the most modern version of that?
Yes, probably.
He's got the one with the very shallow bezel. It's just kind of like not as cut deep, right?
That's probably a photo of a 41, whereas he definitely has a 36.
He has a different one. His is older.
Yeah,
that's not actually the model he wears. The one he wears is not as good looking as that.
No, it isn't.
Let's be honest.
This is the only day date I don't like. I like the day date, but when they have the gold dial on it, it's Dick Cheney to me. You know, that's
forever Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
it's his watch.
That's just too much gold.
It's the Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
like the John Mayer.
Like the John Mayer.
Did you know that, Michaela, that John Mayer has a watch that's called the John Mayer?
Yeah.
Because he said so.
It's nicknamed the John Mayer.
All of them are nicknamed.
Yeah, it's the Rolex.
Yeah,
with the green dial. The next
one.
You know
what? I'm gonna name one after myself. Why not? Since we can just do that now.
Yeah,
we can just do whatever we want.
Well, you should name that Maurice Lacroix that you have. Let's see that puppy again. I love that. You know, it's so AP looking, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is. I love.
Because the bracelet integration is straight from Audemars Piguet.
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, that is how. I mean, it's the exact same design. No one else has that. With the way it connects. What do you call those?
Yeah, it looks like it's ready for an integrated bracelet.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The look that they're going for there. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's a great one. We should call that one the Michaela then. Or do you want something more expensive and higher low?
No. I mean, I'll just point to things and name it after myself as I please. We'll just go along.
Here's another one from a different era. Out of all the Vacherons he could have picked, the history.
All the Vacherons in all the world.
This was for a long time the slimmest watch out there. There are slimmer watches now, Bulgari, and Richard Mille made one as well. It was ridiculously thin. But this back then, this was one of the slimmest fine luxury watches out there. Look, it's Vacheron. It's beautiful. It's extremely legible. It's very classic. It's like a rich man's Monaco or something, right? Well, the Monaco is a chronograph. Yeah. Never mind.
I'd rather have an old Omega TV dial than that.
It's not bad. It's just very boring.
It's boring.
But, I mean, if you can have a large collection, you're going to have a little bit of this and that, right? But it's kind of boring.
Yeah. It's about 25 grand for that watch.
Is it?
It doesn't look that expensive. I don't know how to put it. I don't know what. It's not even because it's not busy or something. There's just something about it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't even look that expensive.
It's just not saying
not
much.
that matters. Simple. I'm just saying it is expensive. So,
well, it's Vacheron, so therefore, he fancies himself because he wears very dainty timepieces. He's a big man. He's not small. He's like 6'4". He's a big guy. He's not small.
But again, most of his watch collection was built up in the 70s and the 80s when it was a different era. Watches were smaller in general.
Gold was a big machines and snorting cocaine. Exactly. But him and all the girls he was with were.
Moving on. We should actually do this one last because this is the one he started wearing when he became president. So let's start with his. There's one way to Dirk's heart right there.
Of course. Well, that's the classic, my friends. If you're going to wear a chronograph, wear that one.
I always feel like, a significant American politician should definitely have a Speedy because it represents that achievement, going to the moon and space exploration and so on.
NASA.
The human NASA. Yeah. It's NASA, right?
Yeah. And they could make a special one for him, or
if
any
if aliens came down and asked, what are your achievements, United States? That's got to be one of the first things you're going to say. Well, we were the first really to leave. Well, the Russians were the first to leave the planet, right?
True.
But
Sputnik.
Well, Sputnik was a satellite, I think.
Yeah.
Was it a person?
No, there was no.
I mean, the human space project. But anyway, a Speedy. I mean,
I like it.
Great. Yeah.
It's a good piece.
It's the classic chronograph, by which all others.
I'm surprised that he's wearing it.
He's an Omega heavy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't look. I've never been curious about his specific watch taste, but I'm surprised by it. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's also got the Seamaster. Now, in the photo, this photo on the right looks like the 36 mil. Is it? Yeah, it's the 36 mil SMP. But I think that's a 41 on his wrist.
He's totally wearing the 41.
Same as my one. Yeah. I think that's boss. That's really cool. That's the James Bond watch. That's the Daniel Craig watch that we all loved several episodes back.
I think that is that the quartz? Is that the 2531? Which one is that?
It might be I don't know. I would doubt it, but it depends on when he got it.
Everybody gets a hall pass on the quartz on this watch because of the revolution it started. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. My father-in-law has this watch in quartz, and it is what it is.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong.
No.
This is a Seiko, weird kind of two-tone Seiko thing that he.
Yeah.
Those who don't like Biden, and there's a lot of them now, I guess, say that he wears, because this is a $200 watch.
Yeah,
he wears it when he goes to meet with the coal miners and the regular folk. He doesn't want to wear a very expensive watch or whatever. It's Seiko, you can't go wrong with Seiko.
I mean, whether people like him or not, I think politicians and their PR, for lack of a better word, definitely plan things like that very carefully.
Except for Vladimir Putin.
He's just not in that same lane. He's not in that same lane. He doesn't care to look humble at all.
No,
I did
relatable.
I did a whole thing comparing his watches with Trump's just for fun when they were running against each other. And he hadn't yet.
Is that how you made your vote? Wait, you're not here. Never mind.
He did a very polarizing
based on
show.
The watch collection.
He did a show. People
got pissed off. They took it as political. In the end, I was kind of voting between them. I chose Joe because the pieces were cooler and more relaxed and steel, and he was like a man's man. Whereas the other stuff was so kind of arty, well, not even arty,
dainty,
farty, and dainty.
He wears dainty watches.
Now, then, of course, he became president, or he stole the presidency. I'm just speaking to half our audience right now. And he broke all our hearts because he showed up finally with a very expensive, flashy watch. I love this fucking thing.
I mean, it's one of the most beautiful. I mean, a blue dial Jubilee Datejust. Oh, isn't that the one that no one can get?
Well, blue dial was hard to get, easier to get now. The mint green is the one that everybody's after now because it was only released. But what's nice about this is he didn't go for the fluted bezel. So this is a pure steel watch. It's not
I love it.
White gold, which is how you refer to the one with the fluted. It can get very busy. Of course, I had one of these up until recently. A fluted bezel with the Jubilee, exactly that watch, but with the fluted bezel.
Oh, that was your asterisk watch.
That was the famous one, and it was very, it was quite busy with the fluted and the Jubilee. I would say go fluted with oyster or go plain bezel with the Jubilee. Like put the flashy, shiny in one place and not all over the place. And certainly don't get it with diamonds. I had a diamond dial one, a slate gray dial, a diamond dial one. And yeah, it was a nice piece of jewelry.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it, Michaela?
I like it. Yeah.
That would look good on you.
A solid, simple. It's a pretty thing. It really is.
It's pretty.
That would look good
really
on Michaela.
Oh my God, it would look amazing on her.
All right, if you insist, I'll take it.
Or, that's
if
only
I must.
She could get a 36. She could rock a
Yeah.
36. Yeah.
Jubilee on a beautiful girl. Oh my
I
god.
hope Eric is listening. Come on,
Magical.
Eric. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, why not? The lady
Yes.
deserves to
It's
wear
coming in. It's coming
Rolex.
with cold weather now, so the coffee sales will go through the roof.
through the
Again.
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That will translate to Rolex for sure. Honestly, separate from Biden's watches, I look at his style and, like, I don't actually hate Biden. I know a lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
I just look at him. He's a very tired, like, older man, and he's
He is.
struggling. He's struggling.
Yes.
And I
No
really
doubt.
don't even think he's making decisions. Like, can we just be honest? Like, he can't even string sentences together.
Mm.
And that's not even to insult him. I feel bad,
He's
kind of
old.
going out.
He's an old
losing
man.
he's losing his mind. I feel bad. But his style, I'm not gonna lie, it's always been pretty good. He's always been pretty sartorially inclined. And
Yeah,
so
and he's
Yeah,
I
slim,
give him
he
that.
he's
he
slender.
cleans up great. He's slim, he's trim, he runs.
He's slim. He's slender. He jogs, and he.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
photos of him when
cycles.
he's young too, like
Yeah.
handsome when he's young, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, he was. And his kid,
Mhm.
his older son who died was so handsome. My God.
But-
Listen, even the most staunch, and I'm not going to go on any kind of political diatribe here, but even listen, all the far lefties all know that Joe's done with this job. He's out. He's out. He's done. The guy is finished.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous that he sought a second term.
No,
Democrats
that's
think it's ludicrous. I mean, the problem is that, let's get a young, sexy, smart, progressive person who likes to smoke cigarettes and wear Patek Philippe. That's all I have to say.
That would be nice. Moving down to
That's what
this,
America
this-
needs. We need
this-
Patek Philippe.
We had one.
You need a young, sexy, fit guy with Patek Philippe on. Now, of course, there's this. I mean,
Well, that these don't count.
they
But
don't
he's
count,
wi-
right?
Why is he wearing it with a suit? That's my problem. If
I
you're wearing it for a workout or something, whatever, but
Fine.
It's like
Yeah.
John Hamm's
Why do you
wearing an
need
Apple
that?
Watch in every interview. I want to smack him. Stop
you should.
doing it.
You should. That actually
think he would've
detracts
learned?
points.
Yeah.
You think he would have learned? He's got all those great watches. What's his problem?
Sometimes people, they have so much money, and I've met a lot of people like this, very new money people, and a lot of these people are in like tech and whatnot, but I'm not saying he is in tech, but they kind of like to act like they don't care about money, even though they do. And they want to show that they don't care about money by intentionally not dressing well, wearing smartwatches, crappy things like that. And just so they look humble, even though they care more about money than they can even express in words. It's interesting.
One thing that
People are very
that
fake.
Yeah,
Sorry.
one thing that disappoints me with the Apple Watch, I'll tell you, is every time I see one, like this guy's got a $1,000 suit on or $3,000 suit, whatever it is. Okay, he's got all the best shit. He can have anything he wants, and he's wearing the cheapest of the Apple Watches. You can get a nice Apple, like you can get the one with the bracelet, with the stainless steel one with that magnetic bracelet. That's actually kind of a bit more flashy. But every time I see somebody with one of these, it's always the fucking
SE.
black rubber or the white rubber.
Yeah.
It's jarring to look at. It's like horrible. Like
The
get one
Ultra
of
is a sexy looking watch. It's
you
kind of
can
sexy.
get the Hermes. Yeah, the Ultra is kind of a bit cooler. You can get the Hermes band on it, which is like double banded, and you can get, as I said, you can get rose gold. It's not real gold, but the stainless steel, and then you can get a darkened steel and so on.
Yeah.
Like the laptops, midnight or whatever they're called.
Yeah, midnight gray, space gray.
Space gray right there.
Yeah.
So they have them, but instead everybody goes, this thing is $300. You can spend 800. And in the world of watches, that's not money really. Anything under $1,000, it's like, what the
Is it
hell?
really that much better to put like lipstick on a pig? Let's be honest.
That's a very good point, Tim. I'm not sure if presidents should wear Apple Watches anyway. Seems like a security risk. God, that's a good point. I didn't even think
Wow,
of it.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Tim, there you go. Smart
And they'll
guy. Look
hear
at that.
everything. The fucking thing's got microphones
It's true.
all over
I mean,
it.
people hack babies' monitors in their cribs. Like people hack things. So would be super easy to hack. I mean, not that I'm a
That's
hacker.
so
but-
true. I never thought about that.
No, I've known some hackers and they talk, previously, and they talk about how there's little giveaways that people do and they think that it's helping their security, but it's not. For instance, like displaying what brand of security you use, like
Oh
a
yeah,
sticker
that's
on a
great.
window.
Yeah.
That's a dumb idea. But yeah, wearing an Apple Watch or a smartwatch as a huge public figure or president is security risk for sure. People hack Ring cameras like strangers. Like,
Apple
why
is,
wouldn't they be able
is,
to?
Yeah.
is famously far more difficult to hack than other things.
Yes.
So,
but
still
But
hackable,
still.
especially when you're that kind of target.
you know
Moving
why?
on to
China.
because of China. Moving on to Macron, we mentioned him earlier. He's got some interesting watches here. His favorite seems to be this Bell and Ross.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
Yeah, it is the V192, the BR V192, big blue dial on it. Kind of goes with his suit there and his tie and his eyes.
that's good looking.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's good looking.
But he's a handsome guy too, and he dresses really well.
Right.
His suits are always beautifully tailored. It's bunching up a little bit at the back because he's sitting funny though. But he has a slender wrist though. I never noticed that before.
The more I look at it, the skinnier it looks.
Yeah. He wears a. Is there a picture of his Longines? I love that Longines tank that he's got.
There is. We're going to get to that. So this is a relatively cheap watch, 2,600. He's not. He's not. I notice he's not going for anything like super fucking ostentatious at all. This is one of his nicest pieces that we see, at least in the public. Maybe he has something else stashed away at home, but this is a good, modest watch. I like that it's legible. This is a great thing about simple watches like this.
Sure.
It's like the pilot's watch earlier. Yeah, it's a bit blander, but man, you just glance at the watch for a second, you know what time it is. You know
what's in there? Salida? What's in there?
In the Bell and Ross?
Yeah.
No, it'd be better than Salida. I don't think it has the Salida in there. This is Bell and Ross. It's a bit higher than that. But now that you ask me, he keeps stumping me tonight. Then he has this awake thing, which is a woke watch that's made of like nets that were recovered from the ocean and so on. I think it's a political statement about save the planet and so on. It's fucking ugly as fuck. Wouldn't go near it. Total shitter.
Oh god. I wasn't looking for a second. I just got so sick. That actually scared me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my goodness. What in the world? That's like something you give to a little kid.
You know why? Because charity stuff is always ugly. It's the terrible.
Why does it have to be so loud? What does it mean? What is the meaning of that?
It's red is for humanity, white is for racism.
Okay, but you don't have to be so crazy about it. It doesn't have to be so crazy.
Really? It looks like
a French flag.
Oh, it's a French flag. All right. Well, everybody's flag is fucking red, white, and blue in the first world almost. I mean,
then he's got this other weird thing. This is the fucking March Lab thing, AM69. I don't even know these watches. Not crazy about that. Why does it wear Seiko or something? But this is a French brand, apparently. So
that's why.
It's national.
Not the French brand, but a French brand.
He's gone for Lord Fauntleroy sleeves.
Yeah, see, look at that. I'm going to Versailles to have foie gras. There's an old picture.
There's another March Lab.
That's so ugly. Ugh,
Yeah,
that's a party. That Trump could wear that one.
Ew, yeah,
that would
that's
look
not
good.
good.
This little piggy went to market.
The crown coming out like that. It just looks like a drain in a pipe. Like, I don't know, like gutters. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just not.
It's really
I'm not saying it can't be there. Just on that piece, it doesn't look good.
The reason they put them there is so that when you angle your hand, the crown doesn't dig into your hand. That's why.
Well, on this piece, it does look ugly.
It doesn't work.
Even so,
that's why
it knocks off the symmetry.
Left-handed guys wearing a right hand, doesn't ever.
Right. Yeah, you don't have that problem.
I know.
This LM01 thing, I believe this is Merci LM, another French watch.
Yeah, that looks like a swatch. That looks like a mall watch. The colors are great. I love black, white, and red. It looks cool, but it's got a NATO on it. Meh. Meh.
And there's his Longines.
I love this watch. I mean, it's such a Cartier ripoff, but it's beautiful. And that's very, very cheap. Is it only $1,200? Oh, Jesus.
It's Longines, man. Longines don't make watches that are, unless you go for, solid gold.
Yeah.
Longines are very, very affordable.
I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty.
from far off, it looks like a Tank American. It looks like a Cartier.
Yeah, they've even done the
Yeah.
horological 4.
Mhm.
Look,
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
So there aren't too many V's all over the thing. The V's go lovely in the corners. See?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a tank.
I mean, it's nice. Longines are one of the oldest brands. They
Yep.
have an incredible heritage. Every bit as interesting as Rolex, if not more. But for some reason, just never broke into that kind of mid to high level of horlogerie.
Horlogerie.
But that's nice. It's dressy. It looks great with the suit. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wears great
looks good.
suits. He always does.
Looks good.
Yeah, and he's not wearing Fauntleroy there. He's got a button on there. It's good. Yeah, it looks like he's losing his hair. Is it going south?
Maybe. Now we're on to Trudeau. We have some Trudeau haters in the audience, so I won't make you guys look at him too long. But Iwutse Schaffhausen. This is the port. This is a regular tour. This is like a Portugieser.
Yeah.
But a Portugieser would be a chrono. This is a gorgeous watch. I love Iwutse IWC. I like the Chemin de Fer. I like the blue. I love all the blue hands.
Yeah.
The way they do it with in IWC.
Yeah, that's
Great
a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made simplicity work
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
case. It because it's so much. There's so much open space, even though there is still a lot going on. But it's nice. They did it well. I like it, and I like it with the brown leather band.
Yes.
That's so
Brown
necessary. It's so necessary.
So
It just-
necessary.
Yeah,
Agreed.
it just ties
Great.
it in.
Yeah, it completes the look. Yeah,
I have a gold one of these, a rose gold with the brown, and it's got the kind of creamy white dial.
Ooh,
And it's
pretty.
a large watch because it's 42, but of course there's no spinning bezel or anything. So the watch dial goes almost all the way to the edge of the watch. And it was funny because I was out with Sabrina's mom and Lydia's mom and Lydia's mom, Sabrina, and Lydia one time for her birthday.
Lydia.
And it was funny because the Italian eye on her mouth, she goes, so how long have you owned the onion that's on your wrist? She called it a big onion because it was just such a large white dial. So you can see the way that is there on his wrist. It could be
Yeah.
Did you stop wearing it after that?
a cipolla.
He sold it.
No. It's got to move on. Seeing as the Italians are seeing that.
Cipolla.
A cipolla. They said this one is 11 grand. It's not. I mean, you get one of these for 5 or 6, but it's a good watch. Solid.
Sure. People are IWC. John Mayer's a big IWC collector. People are big IWC people. It fits a profile. They like Omega guys, Rolex guys. There's IWC guys. They're out there and they're in numbers. They definitely are.
Here's
It's an
another guy.
aesthetic.
Here's another guy who likes IWC. This fat
Oh
fuck.
yeah, that sexy bitch. Look at her. Ooh.
Did you say her?
Yeah, what are her pronouns?
For real? Wow, that's such a good point. That is such a good point.
I don't know.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know.
That is definitely a she/they for sure.
I mean-
she/they. Oh my gosh.
I mean, said nobody ever. Fuck. Wow. Well, look at that. Look at that pork chop. Woof.
Yeah, he
he
likes
should really
cheese.
share with the rest of his people. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly any sex that guy's ever had was rape. Certainly.
Paid for. It was paid for. It was paid for.
Of course it was, because there's not a willing person in the universe.
And he was
Yes.
eating cheese during it too.
Why cheese? Oh my gosh. Why did you say that?
Because apparently he's a huge fan of cheese. He's a big cheese guy. He eats cheese all day long. That's. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I mean, it's calorie dense, so I can see that.
And it's
Working
just
makes
not
magic.
something that's native to his culture. Cheese is not a big thing in the Asian world
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
all.
know. My friend, my Korean friend, he always makes fun of us white people for liking cheese and all that kind of stuff. He always makes fun of it.
Cheese eaters. Yeah.
I'm like, well, you hate the sun, so yeah.
You hate the sun.
You're scared of the sun, so we'll talk later.
No, screw you and your people too.
Yeah.
What do we think of the
he's a good
watch?
sport.
It's a great looking watch. It's a great dress watch. It's beautiful.
That yellow gold looks really yellow right now.
Yeah.
I didn't like it's really it's just really yellow.
We were all yellow.
I kind of like usually a more like, I don't know what the word is, but when it just looks a little more, I don't want to say tarnished, it's not the right word, but a little bit deeper. It doesn't have to be rose gold, but it's probably the photo. I like the watch.
Yellow gold can be crass though. It can be. It can be very crass.
Most of my jewelry, I do go for usually yellow or rose gold for myself, but just a little more muted somehow. But
you don't want to look like in New York. It's called Gavone. The Guidos in New York, Brooklyn. They're all wearing. Watch all these shows like Saturday Night Fever or any of that. The Sopranos. You watch all that shit. Everybody's got gold Rolex, gold chains, gold peppuccino. You know what I'm saying? It's all gold. It's very glittery. It's very Gavone doesn't mean that in Italian. Obviously, Gavone means somebody who eats too much. They're a pig. They're a glutton. Glutton is the official. Is that the official word for it? I guess it is. It's
from the south.
Yeah. Gavone. It's like they say, look at that Gavone. Look at that Gavone. He's a fat guy with a Rolex. Everything's gilded. It's all gold.
It's gaudy.
Super gaudy yellow. Very yellow gold.
I think yellow gold can be done well. This is a case where it's done well, definitely.
Yeah.
It is just popping in my eyes, but
and it looks so
I think in
hot
person
on him.
it would look beautiful. I mean, that's what really sells it to me. The model is so important in these kind of cases.
Yeah. Why I oughta.
He's just funny to make fun of because he's just to me so ridiculous. He's such a ridiculous, crazy psycho. Like
he's a crazy psycho. He looks like one of those.
He's just fat. He's like a big circle. Like I don't know. He's
like a big blueberry.
He's like a cartoon, like a bad guy in a cartoon. That's exactly what he is. But
and it's also safe ground. So it's easy pickings as well. Like no one in the audience is going to get offended if we pick on him, right? Because unless we have some North Koreans watching.
I don't think they get to watch.
Do you have your VPNs on?
Like this. Yeah, I don't think they get to just watch whatever they want.
They don't.
No.
So it's just
we should do
stuff.
Fascist. What we should do? Watch fascist police.
Oh God!
Can we dress up as different historical?
I mean, Hey, where did you get that tunic? He's got like 50 of those tunics.
I had to include this guy. This is the president of Kenya, and he's just a watch head. His name is Uhuru Kenyatta. Look at this guy.
Should he be wearing that though?
Wow.
No,
I mean,
no, and certainly not that.
Oh, certainly not that, and certainly not
that.
that.
Wow, the Parmigiani Fleury, beautiful.
Oh my God,
that is a special piece.
This guy is corrupt as fuck.
Well, it's obviously working out for him.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a white gold.
Oh,
Aquanaut.
I don't really like the Aquanaut that much.
They're ugly as fuck. They're so ugly.
I'm not an Aquanaut fan.
They're so ugly.
Yeah,
I'm impressed when I see one.
Yeah,
because
7-Elevens are ugly too. They're ugly. The whole
5711 you don't like?
No, I hate them. I hate those. I hate it's not square. It's not round. Those are the weirdest cuts ever. It makes no geometrical sense. I hate it. I just hate them. And there's people.
They're saying this thing is 26 grand. It ain't 26 grand. This is more like 100 grand.
That's 100 grand. Yeah.
Okay, so forget it. But it looks. It's got that grenade thing going on the dial. I mean, but this guy's just so boss. This is a discontinued piece. You know who has one of these? Nathaniel has one of these. This was.
Yeah. Well, he's got.
They got rid of this one back in 2018, 2019, along with the watch I have on. I should show everyone. Actually, I didn't do a wrist.
You didn't do a wrist check.
That is the same watch, but this is just pure black in steel. So there's no gold. So this one wasn't super popular because when you see it in the flesh, these numerals look very yellow.
Mhm.
They're not. See, the gold looks goldy, but this looks yellowy, and it's kind of jarring. It's kind of odd. Has a
Yeah, it
bumblebee
looks
look
like a
to it.
like a yellow jacket.
Yeah,
I
but
like
it
the
is a great
green
watch. And
GMT hand though. That's cool.
yeah, it's the same as what I've got on here. It's just like add gold accents. Personally, I prefer this one,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you have a
but
green
I
GMT
would.
hand on that?
Yeah, and green GMT master writing, just like
Okay. Yeah.
What size is
on
that?
one.
Kind of
40
looks.
mils.
40 mil.
Yeah, it looks a little smaller than your usual sizes.
Yeah.
Really?
40's he barely pulls off 40.
Really? You're gonna make
I
me
mean-
paranoid about my
I think it
GMT
looks
master.
good.
Looks
I mean,
No,
it
I
looks
think
great, but like it's smaller
It's different
on you.
than your usual, but I think it looks good.
You know.
It's okay to have. It's okay not to just stick to
No.
one strict thing. I think I notice people in the watch world are like get really autistic about it. It's like, okay, you can have different sizes. Just relax.
I love this. This is one of my favorite Rolexes.
Beautiful.
There's nothing you can say to turn me off it. This is a date just in gold.
That's
with
more in
diamond
line with
dial.
Trump's. That Trump's looks like that without the diamonds on it. That's the model he
Kinda,
has.
yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The
I don't
old
like
farty one.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is
like
pretty
it.
farty.
This is like someone that owns a bunch of gas stations and they're wearing. This is what they're wearing.
I mean, this guy is corrupt as fuck. I mean, my God, he's the
Look
president.
at that.
I mean, come on. This is the most expensive collection so far.
And by the way, that is not 48 grand. I mean,
No.
retail, it's not even that.
Yeah.
But to get that, is it on a brace? Oh no, it's not on a brace. It's on
It's on
it's
rubber.
on leather.
It's on
It's on leather. So it's
Mm.
it's like our favorite guy, Sean, out there in Los Angeles with the incredible style and taste. He has the chronograph version of this, like my watch, but rose gold on the leather. I mean, it's stunning. It's beautiful. It's got the Grand Tapisserie in white on the dial, and it's look at all those reflections around the rehaut. Look at that. It's like a mirror.
Is anyone investigating this cat?
I'm sure there's an
My
FBI file
God.
on the guy. And of course, he has the Hulk, as you do.
Look, $8,000. Oh, is that? Oh, good. I'll take two, please.
Yeah, even now, after the softening of the market, you're still looking at 18 grand for one of these easily. So, yeah, he's clearly a watch guy. Big watch guy. You guys
Clearly.
want to slobber all over this thing again? The
Yeah,
Parmigiani?
that's
Yeah.
I mean,
stunning.
Jesus Christ.
That's one of those pieces that I just feel like is so romantic. It's just a romantic
if I can-
type.
Let me see if I can get
And it's kind of a flex. I'm not talking about for him, but it's kind of a flex when you see somebody wearing what looks like a nice watch, and it's not a brand that everybody instantly recognizes. Not that there's anything wrong with it wearing super popular brands, but
Parmigiani.
I mean, I know that is popular, but it's just also like understated.
People don't
in a
know
way.
what that is.
Yeah, so it's kind of understated because it's not
He
just about.
does.
It's not just about getting the attention. It's about feeling how you feel when you wear something so precious.
Do you feel how I feel?
I think it would take me a little longer to find a better photo of it. Anyway, it looks boss on his wrist. Look at that thing just glimmer away over there. Whoa.
Yeah, that's God.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. That's it. That's our list for today. We're well over an hour.
That was
That's
the end.
good
The
fun.
ending was quite the M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist that was! That the,
I had to put him in because
the president of Kenya would have
Yeah,
the most
I know.
ridiculous. Come on, call the FBI immediately or whomever. Call Interpol. I mean, who falls under that jurisdiction? No one. No one. No one falls into that jurisdiction. Kenya. Who's going to watch out down there? I mean, it's like, Cuba or South America or something. Venezuela. Let's see what his watch collection's like.
Oh dear God! Design Atelier, great to see you, man. Greetings from Aruba. Bon dia.
Aruba. I've been to Aruba so many times when I was a kid, not as an adult, but as a kid. It was always a lot of fun.
Been there a few
Sheen's
times.
been there
myself.
many times. Don't you have a forever dibs on like the presidential villa forever in perpetuity?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I met the governor and all that shit.
He rewrote the national anthem of Aruba for people that don't know that. That's right before his watch journey started.
Really? That's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, he rewrote it. And he rewrote it and he scored it in every key for every famous person who sings on Aruba, so everyone could take a shot at it.
Well, we had to make 35 versions because it was
crazy.
So we had to do we did it in 2 keys, primary keys, and then we had to shift it around because we had little groups of kids singing it, and then there was was it the daughter or granddaughter? No, it was both. It was the daughter and granddaughter of Padu, I think his name was, who was the original writer of the lyrics, the very first one written like 60 years ago or something. And they were there, and the old lady, her voice was kind of brittle, so we had to move it around. So yeah, it was 35 versions recorded.
Goodness, that's stunning.
Trying to get the French horn, move the French horn to the correct parts was not fun. All the brass are strong in certain areas of the of the range, and the strings are strong in different areas. So I think the 2 main versions, one has amazing brass and the strings are struggling, and then vice versa for the other one. But it came out good. It was like 85 people in the studio in New York.
Yeah. And well, no one's ever really supposed to do that with a piece. That's crazy. That might be the first time that's ever happened.
The first draft, I did a key change. I did a key lift for the final verse and chorus, and they said no. They said no, we can't do that. We can't do a key change. We can't do it like you're really, really shifting the song out of its original form. So I had to retract that. So it's anyway, funny.
Wow. Excuse me.
All right, guys. Fun show. Great stuff. Yeah. Great to be back.
Great to be back, indeed. And great to see Michaela, of course.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you get new highlights?
I didn't. I just, when I do my hair differently, it will pop through different ways. When I have my hair up, I'm basically a brunette when my hair is up. But yeah, I just try not to put too much bleach in my hair all the time because it's just not healthy. But
you could go shoplifting and no one would know. I think girls should bring back the kerchief. I love that look. Like me,
around the neck.
When we were kids, my mom would like have curlers and rollers in her hair, for the day, and then we'd go out and she'd put them in like a really beautiful kerchief, and we'd go shopping, and she would look so fucking elegant. Kerchiefs was such a part of a woman's daily fashion routine, and it was such an accessory because kids. You can go to Saks or Bergdorf or Neiman Marcus or a flea market or anywhere and find beautiful vintage silk and satin scarves that are made by Pucci, Hermes, vintage Gucci, all this great stuff.
Are you talking about this? Is that a kerchief?
Yeah. But like not like a hippie bitch like this. She looks like she looks like she's in the kibbutz right now. She's the first run.
I know what you're saying.
Honey, get out of there.
That's just like we were talking about, like the more voluminous beehive type hairstyles of the past. It just looks so.
Run, Shoshana, run!
You better stop now, man.
She looks like a trad. That's a trad wife. That's what that looks like.
Yeah. No, go Google like 1950s, 60s, 70s.
This is the
thing is that style is very conservative, which I lean towards a more classic conservative style for myself because I like more timeless style. But when you wear that, if you're like 20, 21, 23, it makes you look a lot older. It ages you, which is not always a bad thing, but I think that it's hard. And it really, those kind of styles, like we were talking about the beehive hairstyles, like the more volume, not the crazy ones, but the volume and the hair in the past and how beautiful that was. If you wear that now, you look like you're cosplaying. Like it doesn't look, you just don't fit in. So you have to find something that's
here we go. This is what you're thinking of, Dirk. If the internet would ever work.
Yeah, there you go.
See what you have on the right there.
Well, sure. I mean, you got Brigitte Bardot. Look at that.
Yeah.
Marilyn.
But
You know,
Brigitte in anything
well,
is
Brigitte in
good.
anything. Like
Yeah.
Sophia Loren. I mean, yeah, it was just every woman had 20 of those because she didn't always have her hair done. So she'd throw on and throw on a beautiful blazer and go out the door. You know, it was
Yeah, I
such a
think
beautiful look.
we definitely live in a time where women don't do their hair anymore. I mean, a lot
No,
do, but it's just not
no, they're
common.
all wet
So
dogs.
I
All of
always
them.
feel I just every day I put my hair up for work and
Yeah.
it's just simple. I just do a couple little touches to make it look more like I put some effort in. And I get compliments even though I don't think it looks great or anything, but I get compliments and I think the reason I do is because it just looks so different than just the wash and go that girls do now. Just the wash and go.
Yeah,
There's nothing
don't even
wrong
bother
with it,
drying
but
your
it
hair.
doesn't look
Yeah, don't
right.
even
But it
try
doesn't. Yeah, I know you hate
Yeah,
that.
just use flea shampoo before you leave the house. You wet
They use a
dog.
horse and mane shampoo, like horse shampoo.
It's called mane and tail.
Wait.
I've seen it. It's called mane and tail.
You know what I'm talking about.
I
Then.
totally do. It's called mane and tail. It's like a high. It's like supposed to give you. It's super voluminous. It's for very
my
damaged
gosh.
hair, and
No,
it's
first
cheap
of
as
all,
shit.
you can only wear stuff. You can only use stuff like that if you have like Indian hair. You know, where it's so thick, it's so long, and it can
This
take
shit?
a beating. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like keratin or something in it, which is not good if you have really fine hair. My hair's very wispy and fine, so I can't even look at that. It's gonna make my hair break. Just looking at it.
This
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
literally for horses, and women buy it for themselves and they use it. I don't know what's going on.
looks like something you lubricate the car engine with or something. Like this is in the wrong packaging
There's a
for
lot of it comes
for
in
a
a smaller
shampoo.
bottle on the shelf. It
Looks
comes in
like
a
you put
smaller
it
bottle.
inside your car. What do you call that? For your antifreeze.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks like a bottle of antifreeze. Dear Lord. Every time I talk to the pair of you, I learn terrible things about
The world.
you to look pretty.
That is
That's
the most
funny.
funniest shit ever.
Andy
But, like,
Dufresne, you are right. Grace Kelly, that's a picture I should be pulling up, huh?
Yeah, actually, I'm picking up. That's exactly where I am right now, looking at Grace Kelly. See if I can find any. But everyone wore them though. Everyone, because you know what? When you were getting on you were at Le Havre and you were getting on the SS United States, or you're getting on some great steamship to go across on your ocean passage, you would put on that. Or if you're getting on a plane, you didn't have your hair out. Now these girls all look like wet dogs every day. There's no hairstyles. Where are all the hair? Where's the Vidal Sassoons? Where are the guys that are doing great haircuts? They don't exist.
Did you know that women, like younger women, they make fun of women who are like maybe 30s, 40s, who wear a side part? First of all, the side part, when you do volume on one side, and it looks very classy and like blowout, but they make fun of them because you're only allowed to do a middle part. Otherwise, you're aged or you're millennial, like all this stuff.
Yeah, well,
you don't know. It's
Gen Z.
it's so stupid. But all the Gen Zs are just wearing their hair straight.
Yeah,
Middle part
they
down.
all look like they belong.
Nothing about it. Nothing.
Yeah.
They don't do any effort.
What kennel
when they
were
go
you
out.
born in, darling?
She's so beautiful. I love Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly. I mean, my God.
Like I've never seen a more beautiful person. She's perfect.
She's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Almost
photo
I have a
of
good
her-
friend
she's
named
almost
Kate.
too perfect that it's like scary, but she just is. She's perfect. And her hair and her blonde is
the Yosef
stunning.
Karsh, Grace Kelly. That's the classic, right? That's like the greatest photo ever taken of. That's it there. That's the Yosef Karsh. I mean, he's the greatest portrait photographer of all time.
Oh, do you think so? I beg to differ. You know who I think?
You think it's
George Hurrell.
Oh, it's George Hurrell.
I mean, these are beautiful, of course. I mean, she's a regal princess.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Like a painting.
She's a painting. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. What watch did
And
she wear?
She did a lot of this hair, like brush back and then this big, large.
They all did that. They
voluminous part
set
at the
their
back.
hair. Their hair was set. It was
Yeah.
concept. It wasn't just mane and tail and out the door. God, that's hilarious. We should do the mane and tail awards at the end of the year.
Sure.
What does that mean? What
Exactly.
That,
it means exactly what you
mean?
think. It means the winner has the worst hair of the year.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Bala says, poor horses, we steal all their best stuff, mane, shampoo, and
Ketamine.
ketamine.
Honestly, I've seen videos. I don't know why, but somehow on my like feeds, I get videos of people pampering horses and like cows and like doing all these spa treatments on them. And I know horses use better shampoo than that. So it's not even good enough for all the horses. I don't know why people are using it.
That is, but I don't even know what that means exactly.
Good show, guys. Great job. Once again, great to be back. We were finishing like 20 minutes ago, but it's all good.
I know. Grace Kelly got in the way.
Once again, that's a good thing, though. Once again, there is Michaela's YouTube. If it comes up, oh yes, now I have to do that. There we are. Maison de Châtillon. No, it's Michaela de Châtillon. Go over and sub, guys.
Thank
if you
you.
want to see some cool stuff about style and elegance and decorum and all of that stuff. So yes, there's a great question, by the way, Dirk. You know we're going to have to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Eye bashers on Wednesday, yeah,
Wednesday night.
You know what we have to talk about. You know it's going to get fucking hairy. Watch me lose my 100,000. They'll come to the house and go, "Give us our plaque back, you dickhead. You're back down at 40."
Oh man, I don't.
I don't know. Like, we got to do it though. You know it's going to happen. All right. So there it is, guys. Thank you.
Tune in on Wednesday.
Tune in on Wednesday for the fireworks.
You watch Oisin give his plaque back.
It's going to be hairy.
Interpol, the FBI, they're all coming after you. And especially the IDF.
Especially them. Thank you, sartorial sluts.
Who said that?
Wow. I didn't realize.
We're the SS, the sartorial.
The SS.
That is a very flamboyant.
I think we should take SS back.
Oisin.
Yeah. Redefine. Turn it around, man.
Turn it around. We'll take that back.
Yeah, the euphemism, dysphemism, conveyor belt, right? Or treadmill or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Right.
Move the SS phrase back into style again.
Sure.
No, great job. Thank you, Michaela. Wonderful to see you again. Great.
Thank you. You too.
Big blue eyes on the screen.
Always.
Dirk, I don't know why you're still in an old photo. You look sepia.
Maybe it's my, you know what it is? It's the lights in my room are a little bit amber. Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. You look very amber. Okay.
I'll try to unamber it. I'll put a fluorescent bulb in.
Oisin's subtly telling you how annoyed he is about it. Just like very amber.
That's the way I
really
do it.
Sepia. It's really sepia.
Yeah, I drop little hints.
Life would be better in sepia anyway. It's funny.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. He's saying nice compliments about me. Thank you. I don't know.
Let's see. Final thoughts, everyone. Michaela looking.
That's a final
you're
thought.
Looking particularly, I don't know what it is.
Your hair is on fire.
I mean, you always look good, but man,
thank you.
You're blowing up the screen now.
Oh, sweet.
Mad Men look, says Andy Dufresne. She has a Mad Men look today.
Oh, I think he's talking about the sepia.
The sepia thing with the Mad Men. Yes, Leon, you are right. Eyebashers will get Oisin on the FBI watch list. Probably already on it, to be honest. Or some list. The most sad list, probably.
He hasn't been in the United States in how many years?
There is a conspiracy going around that I'm not allowed in the United States. I just let them say whatever the hell they want. They're going to be very disappointed when I post a wristwatch shot on Fifth Avenue next to you, Dirk. Okay, guys, great show. See you next time. Next week, same place,
same watch time, same watch channel.
And I think we'll be doing, what were we going to do? We're going to do the wives of the leaders or something like that. We don't know. We'll decide.
Strong women watches.
That might be good. Yeah.
Powerful women and their powerful timepieces.
Ray, I saw your comment there about JFK. Maybe we'll include him on the next one because there are plenty more world leaders that we can talk about.
Let's do the dead
episodes.
ones.
It's a great idea. Thank you.
Let's do the dead ones.
Thanks to anybody who super chatted. Thanks to all the members of the channel. Go over and sub to the Watch Fashion Police channel. And of course to Michaela the Chatillon.
Do it now.
Show, guys.
Like and subscribe.